Hi, I am Apur Papat, working with Altair Engineering. Today in this video, I am going to cover how to generate 2D mesh using AutoMesh panel available in HyperMesh. HyperMesh comes under the suite of Altair HyperWorks. So, in this video, we are going to learn that how to mesh all the surface at once, specifying different element size and element types. Then practice changing the element density along the surface edge. Then we will see how to preview the mesh on all the unmeshed surfaces, and then see the practice changing the element type and node spacing, that is biasing along the surface edge. Lastly, we will see how to remesh the surfaces. So we will start with the tutorial. So first of all, select the user profile as radius. Then to open a file in HyperMesh, click on open folder. Select the file from the location. So your file has been loaded in HyperMesh GUI. To view the surfaces of the geometry, click on the shaded geometry icon. So the surfaces can be viewed. If you want to view the colors of the edges, that is whether these edges are shared edge or which edges are free edges, so you go to auto and say mixed. So once you click on mixed, you will find that the green edge represents the shared edges as well as red edge represents the edges having a single surfaces. So we'll start our tutorial with previewing the geometry. As you can see, there are different surfaces available in this geometry. You can use different panels available in HyperMesh to preview the geometry first, that is rotate, zoom, pan. So take a 2-minute time to preview the geometry. Then we will move with the first topic, that is we will see how to mesh all the parts of the surfaces at once using an element size of 4 and element type as mixed. In mixed means it will, in this we will create chord and triangular elements both. So to create 2D element using AutoMesh panel, go to 2D page. In 2D page, select AutoMesh panel. Click on the AutoMesh panel. Once you enter the AutoMesh panel, make sure you are on size and bias radio button. Then click on the surfaces. Once you click on the surfaces, select all, so all the surfaces get selected. Then make sure the toggle option is set to interactive. Interactive and automatic are two toggle options are available. In automatic, the mesh will generate it without going to mesh edit panel, and in interactive it will direct you towards the mesh edit panel, in which you can change the element type, size of the element, biasing factors, and also check the quality of the element. But in automatic option is, if the automatic option is on, then you cannot change the element density, type of element, and biasing factor. So set this option to interactive. Now enter the element size here as 4 and select the mesh type as mixed. So in this way, there are different mesh types are available, that is chord, trias. Chord will generate the chord mesh, trias will generate the triangular meshing, mixed will generate the combination of both chord and tria mesh. Then R tria is right triangular elements, and chords only will generate a pure chord elements. So we'll select mixed here. Then make sure that the toggle option is set to element to surface component. Element to surface component toggle will ask the system to generate the mesh and transfer it to the component on which the surface is there. Then toggle this option to first order. The first order means there are two different options are available to generate a mesh, that is first order chord elements and second order chord elements, or first order triangle elements and second order triangle elements. In first order there are four node the chord. In first order chord element it has a four noded chord element, but in second order chord element it has an 8 noded, that is the four nodes are in midpoint of the sides of the chord element, same as in triangle. So the type of elements you want to create, either first or second, you can select it from here. Similarly for this it has a 3 noded. Then keep the option as keep connectivity. This option will connect the different element generated across the surfaces, and then click on mesh. This option is used to generate the mesh. So click on mesh. Once you click on mesh, your meshing will get generated. So you can see that this is the meshing which is generated by AutoMesh panel, at once picking all the surfaces, selecting the element densities. So we'll say return and accept this. Once you click return, it will accept this meshing. From the model browser, if you off the surfaces, you can view these are the only elements. Okay, so now we'll move to the next topic, that in this we will generate the mesh on the top surfaces, and then we'll change the density, mesh type, and then apply the biasing factor in on that particular surfaces. So first of all, I want to delete this existing mesh to generate a new mesh on top surfaces. So to delete the existing mesh, I will go to delete panel, or you can press F2 from your keyboard. This is the short key of to enter to delete option. So I'll click on this icon. This icon is used to delete panel. Select from the drop down, select elements, click on the elements and say all. So it will select all the elements which has been generated, and click on delete. Once you click on delete, it will delete all the elements. Then click on return to exit the delete panel. Then again go to 2D. In 2D, select AutoMesh to enter to AutoMesh panel, and then instead of clicking on surface and picking as all, select the top surface and click on mesh. Once you click on mesh, you will go to mesh edit. It will direct you to mesh edit panel. So in mesh edit panel, first option is available as density. So in density, you can change the density of the elements along the edges by having it has a 3 option. That first one is adjust by edge, that is by if you click on the edge particularly, it will change the number of elements on that particular edge. You can also change the element density by changing the element size. Also you can set the element density to a particular value. So I will show you one by one. So if you select this option, and if you left click on the number, it will increase the number of nodes, that is elements, along that particular edge. You can see once you select the number of nodes or edited the number of nodes on the particular element, it will changed, and then if you right click on it, it will decrease the number of elements on that particular edge. Then once you're done with this, click on mesh to accept this meshing. So in this way you can see I have changed the elements along this surfaces by changing the density along the edges. Then you can change the number of elements by changing the size of the element. Previously we are done with element size of 4. Now we will change the element size to 10 and say recalculate all. So it will calculate to all the surfaces and say mesh. So you can see the meshing is done by an element size of 10. Also you can change the element density, say 50 for a particular edge. So if you click on the edge, it will select 50 elements on that particular edge. So in this way it changes the element density. There are these 3 options are available. So I will again make this to an element size of 4. Then we will move to a next panel, that is mesh style. There are also 3 options available in mesh style panel. That is, first is element type, so you can change the element type from here itself. This is the most used option available in HyperMesh. Then first of all, you can select chord and say set to all and say mesh, so it will generate a chord mesh. If you select tria, select set to all and say mesh, it will generate a triangular elements. If you select mixed and say set to all, it will generate a mixed meshing that is having a chord and tria elements. If you generate R trias, say set to all and mesh, it will generate R trias elements. If you select chord only, set to all and say mesh, so it will generate a pure chord elements. So in this way you can change the mesh style type of elements from this panel. Then we will go to biasing panel, the next option available in mesh edit. Biasing panel is used to generate a node spacing between along the edge of the element. This will help us to simulate the model with the same number of nodes but higher accuracy. You can use biasing factor to increase the density of the elements along the particular zone, so that the stress values on that particular zone will get accurate or will increase, and the rest of the portion where there is no stress and displacement, so you can change it. So just click on the edge, adjust edge, and if you left click on it and scroll the mouse up, it will increase the number of biasing factor. Or there is another option, that is biasing intensity. If you change this intensity, click on this edge, so it will select the biasing intensity. Then if you say mesh, so you can see along this side the mesh density is more as compared to the other side. So in this way you can change the biasing intensity. So these are the different options available in mesh edit panel. So I will click return to accept this meshing. Again, before going to the next panel, that is how to find the unmeshed surfaces using AutoMesh panel, you can do that. I have done the meshing of this particular panel. So if I return and I got a mesh model that in which some of the surfaces are meshed. So to find out that unmeshed surfaces and do the meshing on that particular surfaces, you have one option available in 2D AutoMesh panel, which automatically finds the unmeshed surfaces and will generate the meshing on that. So go to 2D AutoMesh panel. Once you enter to AutoMesh panel, click on unmeshed icon. Once you click on unmeshed icon, it will highlight all the surfaces in which there is no meshing available. So it will select all these surfaces, and once you select all the surfaces, click on mesh. So in this way it will generate the meshing. Okay, so click return to accept this meshing. Then we'll move to the next topic, that is how to do. Now we will move to the next and the last topic of this video, that is how to do remesh the already mesh model. So in this, as you can see, this is the already mesh model available in HyperMesh. So if you want to remesh this particular model, instead of surfaces from this drop box, instead of clicking on surfaces, select elements. Make sure you are on element size and size and bias panel. Select the connected features and interactive options should be on. Then click on the elements and say all. It will select all the elements. Select the element size. If you want, you can change the element size to 3. Select the element mesh type. Say I will select the mesh type as R. Keep the elements to original component, select the first order, make sure it's the keep connectivity option is on, and say mesh. Once you click on mesh, it will remesh the existing meshing, and the existing mesh will get deleted and new mesh will be generated. And it will also divert you to the element density option or elements edition option, so you can edit the elements, that is change the density, change the mesh style, change the biasing. If once your mesh edition is done, click on return to exit this meshing. If you off the surfaces, you can view in this method the meshing has been generated. So in this video, if I want to summarize that, so in this video we have seen how to mesh all the surfaces at once, specifying different element size and element types, then practice changing the element density along the surface edges. Also we have seen how to preview the mesh on all the unmeshed surfaces and change the element type and node spacing, that is biasing along the surface edges. Also we have seen how to do remeshing. So in this way we have ended with this video. Thank you very much.